Japan's $1 trillion investment initiative, a game-changer for U.S. infrastructure and innovation sectors. On February 8, 2025, Japan's Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba announced a monumental $1 trillion investment initiative aimed at bolstering the infrastructure and innovation sectors in the United States. This strategic move has the potential to reshape economic ties between the two nations, providing significant benefits to both Japan and the U.S. as they navigate emerging global challenges. Historical context and recent developments. Japan has been a prominent player in foreign direct investment (FDI) in the United States for decades. With over $373 billion already invested across various sectors, particularly in manufacturing, Japanese firms have established a strong footprint in the U.S. economy. Approximately 839,400 Americans are employed by majority-owned Japanese subsidiaries, contributing significantly to productivity and innovation. The announcement of the $1 trillion investment is a continuation of a trend that has seen Japan consistently invest in the U.S. market. Prime Minister Ishiba stated that this initiative will focus on key areas such as high-speed rail, advanced manufacturing, and technology, which could lead to the creation of hundreds of thousands of jobs. The investment is also expected to modernize aging infrastructure, enhancing the overall economic landscape. Government support and entrepreneurial ecosystem. Under the leadership of Prime Ministers Fumio Kishida and Shigeru Ishiba, the Japanese government has implemented various measures to support entrepreneurship and innovation. Initiatives like the Japan Innovation Corporation and substantial grants from organizations such as NITO New Energy and Industrial Technology Development Organization reflect Japan's commitment to fostering a vibrant startup ecosystem. This governmental support is crucial as Japan embraces a cultural shift towards entrepreneurship. Younger generations are increasingly moving away from the traditional norm of lifetime employment within large corporations, opting instead to pursue innovative ventures. This cultural realignment creates a fertile environment for collaboration between startups and established firms, further promising growth in the U.S. markets. Cultural shifts and emerging opportunities. The evolving cultural landscape in Japan has encouraged a new wave of entrepreneurship. The Japanese government's proactive stance, coupled with the rise of open innovation, has facilitated partnerships between startups and large companies. This shift is evident in the increasing interest from U.S. venture capitalists in Japanese startups, marking a reciprocal relationship between the two countries in terms of innovation. Notable U.S. venture capital firms including NEA Lux Capital and Khosla Ventures have begun to invest in Japanese startups, showcasing a growing mutual interest in fostering innovation. As Japan continues to nurture its entrepreneurial ecosystem, the potential for collaborative projects in sectors such as robotics, AI, and advanced manufacturing becomes increasingly feasible. Investment use cases. Japan's $1 trillion investment initiative is expected to target several critical areas. 1. Advanced manufacturing. By investing in advanced manufacturing technologies, Japan aims to enhance productivity and innovation in the sector, which is vital for maintaining competitiveness in global markets. 2. Robotics and automation. As the global economy shifts towards automation, Japan's expertise in robotics can be leveraged to enhance U.S. industries, creating efficiencies and new job opportunities. 3. Infrastructure development. The focus on high-speed rail and other infrastructure projects will not only modernize existing systems but also stimulate economic growth through job creation and improved connectivity. These areas are aligned with U.S. demands for modernization, indicating that Japan's investment will be a catalyst for transformation in key sectors. Comparative analysis of sources. Various sources have provided insight into Japan's investment initiative, each highlighting different perspectives. Source 1 emphasizes the immediate political and economic implications of the investment, focusing on its potential to reshape U.S.-Japan relations. Source 2 discusses the evolving startup ecosystem in Japan and the cultural shifts that are fostering entrepreneurship, suggesting that these developments will create new opportunities for collaboration. Source 3 provides a historical overview of Japanese investments in the U.S., underscoring the mutual benefits and the long-standing economic ties that characterize the relationship. Together, these perspectives paint a comprehensive picture of how Japan's $1 trillion investment initiative is not just a financial commitment but a strategic move that reflects broader trends in global economic cooperation. Timeline of events. Pre-2023, Japan has historically been a major investor in the U.S. with cumulative investments amounting to approximately $3 trillion by 2014. 2022, Japanese startup investments surged, reaching 966 billion yen, indicating a robust entrepreneurial ecosystem. 2023, Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba announces the $1 trillion investment initiative focused on enhancing U.S. infrastructure and innovation sectors. 2024, U.S. venture capitalists begin making significant investments in Japanese startups, indicating a reciprocal interest in innovation. Conclusion. Japan's $1 trillion investment initiative marks a pivotal moment in U.S.-Japan relations with the potential to significantly enhance infrastructure and innovation across various sectors. This initiative, underpinned by a favorable entrepreneurial environment in Japan, promises to foster deeper economic ties between the two nations. As both countries navigate this evolving landscape, the mutual benefits of these investments are likely to reshape the future of their economic relationship, positioning them for success in an increasingly competitive global marketplace. By engaging in this collaborative effort, Japan and the U.S. can not only address pressing infrastructure challenges but also drive innovation that will benefit both economies for years to come. As the world looks on, this investment initiative could serve as a model for international cooperation in addressing shared challenges and seizing emerging opportunities in the global economy. Japan's $1 trillion investment initiative in the U.S. marks a significant shift in the economic landscape and reflects a complex interplay of factors that may not be immediately apparent. Below are several counterintuitive insights derived from the discussed content. Counterintuitive insights. 1. Historical investments versus current initiative. While Japan's $1 trillion initiative appears monumental, it is a continuation of a long-standing trend rather than a sudden shift. Japan has been the second largest source of foreign direct investment (FDI) in the U.S. for decades, and the cumulative investments had already surpassed $3 trillion by 2014. This historical context suggests that the new initiative is less about a fresh influx of cash and more about strategic allocation in emerging sectors. 2. Cultural shifts driving economic growth. The narrative often views traditional Japanese corporate culture as a barrier to innovation. However, the shift towards entrepreneurship among younger generations signifies an internal revolution that is already reshaping the economic landscape. This cultural change, which moves away from the norm of lifetime employment in large corporations, is creating a fertile ground for startups and innovation, suggesting that Japan's true economic potential may have been underestimated. 3. Perception of risk and stability. Many view Japan as a stable, risk-averse economy, which might deter high-risk investments typical in startup ecosystems. However, Japan's recent embrace of open innovation and a new entrepreneurial spirit suggests a willingness to take calculated risks. This counterintuitive shift could attract more dynamic investments than previously thought, challenging the perception that Japan is solely risk-averse. 4. Regulatory environment as an opportunity. Although Japan's regulatory environment is often criticized for being cumbersome, this could serve as a double-edged sword. The bureaucratic challenges may deter some investors, but they also create a barrier to entry that can protect established players and provide a more stable market for innovative startups. This paradox suggests that while Japan may not offer the most conducive environment for rapid innovation, it provides a stable foundation for sustainable growth. 5. Impact on employment and wages. The expectation that foreign investments will primarily lead to job creation often overlooks the quality of jobs being created. while Japanese firms employ a significant number of Americans. They tend to pay higher than average wages and invest more in R&D per worker. This suggests that the focus should not just be on the quantity of jobs but the quality and the enhanced productivity that these investments can foster, which may lead to long-term economic benefits. 6. Global competition in innovation. The narrative typically positions the US and Japan in competition for technological dominance. However, the reciprocal interest in each other's markets, US venture capital firms investing in Japanese startups, indicates a more collaborative approach that could lead to combined strengths rather than a zero-sum competition. This counterintuitive collaboration could facilitate greater innovation across both nations, challenging the traditional notion of competition. 7. Misunderstanding costs of living. While Japan is often perceived as an expensive place to live, the current weaker yen presents a unique opportunity for foreign entrepreneurs. The cost-effective living conditions in cities like Tokyo relative to major US cities make it an attractive destination for startups. This nuance highlights that the financial barriers to entry may not be as prohibitive as commonly believed. 8. Long-term focus versus immediate gains. Investors often prioritize immediate returns, but Japan's investment strategy reflects a long-term vision that may initially seem less attractive. By focusing on infrastructure and advanced manufacturing, Japan is positioning itself not just for immediate economic boosts but for sustainable growth that could pay dividends over time. This patience in investment strategy counters the often prevailing short-term profit motives seen in other markets. 9. Job creation versus automation. The investment in robotics and advanced manufacturing might raise concerns about job displacement due to automation. However, the initiative is expected to generate hundreds of thousands of jobs, indicating that the focus is not solely on replacing human labor but enhancing productivity through collaboration between advanced technologies and skilled labor. This dual approach challenges the narrative that automation inevitably leads to job loss. 10. Trade relations and economic independence. The interdependence created by Japanese investments in U.S. infrastructure and technology might be seen as a threat to U.S. economic independence. However, this relationship could enhance resilience by diversifying supply chains and fostering mutual economic growth, suggesting that such investments are more about collaboration than dependency. 11. Venture capital dynamics. The entry of top U.S. venture capital firms into the Japanese startup scene signifies a growing recognition of Japan's potential. This counterintuitive trend suggests that while Japan has traditionally lagged in attracting venture capital, the changing dynamics could make it a new frontier for innovation, challenging assumptions about the global investment landscape. 12. Misconception of Japanese economy. Japan is often viewed through the lens of its past economic stagnation. However, the resurgence of interest in its entrepreneurial ecosystem indicates a potential revival that could challenge the notion that Japan is a fading economic power. The ongoing transformation could signify a new chapter rather than a continuation of decline. Conclusion. Japan's $1 trillion investment initiative represents not just a financial commitment but a complex interplay of cultural, economic, and strategic factors that could redefine the US-Japan relationship. By recognizing these counterintuitive insights, stakeholders can better navigate the evolving landscape and leverage the opportunities that arise from this unprecedented collaboration. This nuanced understanding can lead to more informed decisions that capitalize on the strengths of both nations in a rapidly changing global economy. Japan's $1 trillion investment initiative in the United States, announced by Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba, is a pivotal moment for both nations, particularly in the areas of infrastructure and innovation. While many aspects of this initiative have been covered extensively, there are several significant elements that the general public may overlook, each of which has profound implications for the future of US-Japan relations and the global economic landscape. 1. Long-term trends in Japanese investment. One crucial aspect often overlooked is the historical context of Japanese investment in the United States. Japan has been a key player in foreign direct investment (FDI) for decades, with cumulative investments exceeding $3 trillion by 2014. This ongoing commitment has laid the groundwork for robust economic ties, which are essential for understanding the current initiative. The historical reliability of Japanese investment serves as a stabilizing force in the U.S. economy, particularly in manufacturing, which has attracted a significant portion of Japanese investments, over $1 trillion. The implications of this investment extend beyond immediate economic benefits, fostering a culture of collaboration and innovation that is critical in an increasingly competitive global market. 2. The impact on employment. Another often underestimated element is the potential job creation resulting from this investment. While many reports highlight broad economic benefits, the specific projection of hundreds of thousands of new jobs is significant. The direct employment provided by Japanese firms in the U.S. already totals around 839,400 workers, with salaries that are typically above average. This investment initiative promises to further enhance job opportunities in sectors that are crucial for future economic growth, such as advanced manufacturing and robotics. Each job created not only supports families but also contributes to local economies and community stability, thereby reinforcing the socio-economic fabric of the nation. 3. Government support and policy environment. The Japanese government's proactive stance under recent administrations cannot be overstated. Initiatives like the Japan Innovation Corporation and various grants aimed at stimulating startup growth signal a strategic shift towards fostering innovation. This governmental backing creates a conducive environment for risk-taking and entrepreneurship, which may not be immediately visible in discussions focused solely on investment amounts. The importance of policy frameworks in facilitating or hindering business operations is critical, thus understanding the supportive infrastructure can reveal how effectively this initiative could translate into tangible outcomes. 4. Cultural shifts and their significance. A cultural shift in Japan towards entrepreneurship represents a significant yet often overlooked dimension of this initiative. As younger generations move away from the traditional model of lifetime employment in large corporations, there is a growing appetite for innovation and risk-taking. This cultural transformation is crucial as it aligns with the investment initiative's objectives and creates a more dynamic business landscape. The embrace of open innovation facilitates collaboration between established companies and startups, which is essential for driving technological advancements and competitiveness. Recognizing these cultural shifts helps to understand the broader context of Japan's evolving economic landscape and its implications for international collaboration. 5. Comparative analysis of investment sectors. The investment initiative's focus areas, advanced manufacturing, robotics, and infrastructure, are highly relevant in the context of U.S. economic needs. Many reports emphasize the significance of these sectors. However, a deeper analysis of how Japan's expertise can fill specific gaps in U.S. capabilities is often missing. For instance, Japan's leadership in robotics is not just about technology, it's also about solutions that can address labor shortages in an aging U.S. population. By leveraging Japan's advanced technologies, the U.S. can modernize its infrastructure and enhance its overall productivity, which is critical for maintaining competitive markets. 6. Reciprocal ventures and international collaboration. The burgeoning interest from U.S. venture capitalists in Japanese startups is another significant but underappreciated aspect of the initiative. This reciprocal investment is indicative of a deeper economic integration that goes beyond mere capital flows. It suggests a collaborative approach to innovation that can yield benefits for both nations. As U.S. firms invest in Japanese startups, they gain access to unique technologies and market insights that can enhance their competitive advantage. This reciprocal nature of investment fosters a symbiotic relationship, where both countries can learn from each other's strengths. 7. Implications for future US-Japan relations. Finally, the broader implications for US-Japan relations are profound yet often understated. As geopolitical tensions rise globally, strengthening economic ties through initiatives like this can serve as a counterbalance. The mutual benefits derived from enhanced collaboration in technology and infrastructure can reinforce diplomatic relations, making both nations more resilient in the face of international challenges. Additionally, as Japan navigates its own economic transformations, this initiative can serve as a model for how strategic investments can lead to mutually beneficial outcomes. Conclusion: Japan's $1 trillion investment initiative in the United States is more than just a financial commitment. It represents a comprehensive strategy aimed at fostering innovation, creating jobs, and strengthening economic ties between two of the world's largest economies. By recognizing the often overlooked elements of this initiative, such as historical investment trends, employment impacts, government support, cultural shifts, reciprocal ventures, and broader geopolitical implications, we can gain a more nuanced understanding of its significance. As both nations move forward, the potential for reshaping their economic relationship and addressing global challenges becomes increasingly apparent. 1. Historical context and economic impact. Japan's ongoing investment in the U.S. reflects a deep-rooted economic relationship that has evolved over decades. With over $373 billion already committed, Japanese firms significantly contribute to U.S. employment and productivity. The new $1 trillion investment initiative could generate hundreds of thousands of jobs, particularly in critical sectors like manufacturing and technology. This historical context is essential for understanding the current dynamics and the potential for future growth in US-Japan relations. 2. Government support for innovation. The Japanese government's proactive approach to fostering entrepreneurship and innovation is a critical factor in this investment initiative. Programs like the Japan Innovation Corporation and funding from NITO aim to stimulate growth in startups and advanced technologies. This government backing creates a supportive ecosystem for innovation, which is vital for the success of the investment initiative and the potential enhancement of U.S. infrastructure. 3. Cultural shifts and startup ecosystem. A significant cultural shift in Japan is encouraging a new generation to pursue entrepreneurship rather than traditional lifetime employment. This shift is complemented by an increase in venture capital flowing into Japanese startups from the U.S., highlighting the growing interest in Japan's innovative landscape. The convergence of these cultural changes and investment trends presents exciting opportunities for collaboration between U.S. and Japanese companies in various sectors. 4. Strategic sectors for investment. The focus of the $1 trillion investment initiative on advanced manufacturing, robotics, and infrastructure development aligns with U.S. needs for modernization and innovation. These strategic sectors are not only critical for maintaining competitive markets but also offer vast potential for job creation and economic growth. The initiative's emphasis on these areas underscores the importance of targeted investment in driving future economic success for both nations. 1. The Japanese investment surge of the 1980s. During the late 1980s, Japan experienced a significant economic boom, which led to a surge in foreign direct investment (FDI) in the United States. This period was characterized by Japanese firms acquiring major American companies and investing heavily in sectors such as real estate, automotive, and technology. Notable acquisitions included the purchase of Columbia Pictures by Sony in 1989 and the acquisition of a significant stake in Rockefeller Center by Mitsubishi Estate. This influx of Japanese capital transformed various industries in the U.S. and established a deep economic interdependence between the two nations. 2. The European Recovery Program Marshall Plan. Following World War II, the United States implemented the Marshall Plan from 1948 to 1952, a massive economic aid initiative to help rebuild Western European economies. The U.S. provided over $12 billion, equivalent to about $140 billion today, to aid in the recovery of war-torn nations, thus stimulating economic growth and fostering political stability. This investment not only revitalized European economies but also created a market for American goods, leading to a mutually beneficial economic relationship that significantly influenced global trade dynamics in the subsequent decades. 3. China's Belt and Road Initiative (BRI). Launched in 2013, China's Belt and Road Initiative is a global infrastructure development strategy that aims to enhance trade and stimulate economic growth across Asia and beyond through the building of trade routes reminiscent of the ancient Silk Road. The initiative has seen China invest trillions of dollars in infrastructure projects in various countries, including roads, railways, and ports, designed to improve connectivity and foster economic ties. Similar to Japan's recent investment initiative in the U.S., the BRI reflects a strategic effort to create economic partnerships and influence international trade dynamics. Japan's $1 trillion investment initiative in the United States. Launched by Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba, is set to reshape the economic landscape and foster innovation across various sectors. This ambitious plan signifies a deepening of U.S.-Japan economic ties and aims to address critical infrastructure challenges while promoting technological advancements. Future outlook: predictions for the U.S. infrastructure and innovation sectors. 1. Enhanced infrastructure development. Job creation. The investment is projected to generate hundreds of thousands of jobs, particularly in construction and manufacturing. This influx of capital will accelerate the development of high-speed rail systems and modernize existing infrastructure, potentially creating a ripple effect in local economies. Public-private partnerships. The initiative will likely encourage more public-private partnerships as local governments seek to collaborate with Japanese firms in infrastructure projects. This model could become a benchmark for future infrastructure funding in the U.S. 2. Technological innovation. Focus on advanced manufacturing, with Japan's expertise in manufacturing. The initiative is expected to elevate U.S. manufacturing capabilities, particularly in robotics and materials science. This will help the U.S. maintain a competitive edge in global markets. Startup ecosystem growth. The increased investment in technology will stimulate the growth of the U.S. startup ecosystem, particularly in areas where Japan excels, such as robotics, AI, and clean technology. U.S. venture capitalists are likely to increase their investments in Japanese startups, fostering a two-way flow of innovation and ideas. 3. Cultural and economic exchange. Entrepreneurship promotion. The cultural shift in Japan towards entrepreneurship will likely resonate in the U.S. as well. As Japanese companies invest in American startups, there may be a growing emphasis on fostering entrepreneurial spirit and innovation across both nations. Talent mobility. The initiative could lead to a more dynamic exchange of talent between Japan and the U.S., with more Japanese professionals considering opportunities in the U.S. tech scene and vice versa. This exchange will enhance collaboration and drive innovation. 4. Long-term economic resilience. Diversification of supply chains. With the ongoing geopolitical tensions and supply chain disruptions, Japan's investment could help diversify U.S. supply chains, making them more resilient. This will reduce dependency on single-source countries and enhance national security. Sustainable development initiatives. A portion of the investment will likely be directed towards sustainable infrastructure projects aligning with global trends towards green technologies. This focus can position both nations as leaders in the fight against climate change. 5. Increased global competitiveness. Strengthening alliances. The investment initiative will serve to reinforce the strategic alliance between the U.S. and Japan, enhancing their geopolitical standing. It will also encourage other nations to consider similar investments, fostering a collaborative international economic environment. Innovation as a competitive tool. The emphasis on innovation through this investment will position both countries as leaders in technological advancements, particularly in AI, robotics, and other emerging technologies, allowing them to set global standards. Conclusion. Japan's $1 trillion investment initiative is more than just a financial commitment. It represents a strategic move to enhance U.S. infrastructure and spur innovation in key sectors. As both nations navigate the challenges and opportunities presented by this initiative, the long-term benefits are likely to reshape their economic relationship, drive job creation, and position them as global leaders in innovation and sustainability. The collaborative efforts stemming from this investment will not only address immediate infrastructure needs but also lay the groundwork for a more resilient and technologically advanced future.